Conceding a kickoff goal is not fun. You feel like you've been cheated, scammed out of a goal. In this video, I'll go through everything you need to know about kickoffs so you can prevent these types of goals. First, I'll show you how to execute a strong kickoff. Then I'll highlight the 3 biggest factors that can affect your kickoffs so you can recognize them in game and adapt accordingly. Consider subscribing if you find this video helpful. Let's start with reaching the ball. There are many ways to do this. You can front flip, side flip, diagonal flip, or even wave dash. I recommend using diagonal flips as they allow you to boost while flipping to reach the ball quicker. They can also be progressed. If you learn how to cancel the diagonal flip, you basically get what is known as a speed flip, which is the fastest way to reach the ball. Even if you can't do the perfect speed flip, cancelling the diagonal flip is still really useful as it stops your boost from pointing to the side, so you're always boosting straight ahead to the ball. I'll link my speed flip tutorial in the description if that's something you need help with. Remember, you don't need to have the perfect speed flip in order for it to be useful in real games. As long as you can diagonal flip cancel without messing the car up, then you should be using it. One other thing you need to watch out for is landing too close to the ball. Allow some space to correct your car and give you enough time to jump when you land. Now let's move on to the next step, which is your jump. In terms of vertical height, you always want to aim at the middle. This is done by jumping at the right time. Jump too early and you'll hit above the center, where sometimes your car gets flung into the air, slowing down your recovery. Jump too late and you'll hit below the center, where the opponent can hit the ball over you. If you find in your kickoffs the ball going into the air on your side of the field, that means you're making contact below the center. Regarding the horizontal position, if your kickoffs are currently weak or you don't know what to do, I advise you aim for the direct center of the ball. As you get more experienced, you can hit the left or right of the center to cover more area. However, you should never make contact with the very edges of the ball, as your opponent will be able to push the ball straight through you. Next comes your flip. Depending on what kind of kickoff you're doing, you can either use a front flip to push through the center, a side flip to cover the ball as much as possible, or you can use a diagonal flip, which I personally recommend as it's the best of both, allowing you to flip through the ball and also a little to the side. If you're hitting the ball in the center, then you can flip either way. If you make contact to the side, you need to flip into the ball. For example, if I'm aiming to the left of the center, I flip to the right into the ball. The timing of your flip is also super important. To avoid skimming past the ball, you want to flip just as you're about to touch the ball. If you flip too early, you won't make good contact. That's all you need to know in order to do a strong kickoff. Now let's go over the 3 biggest factors that can affect them. Starting off with speed and timing. I'm going to mention these 2 together as they are closely related. For the majority of kickoffs, the faster player to the ball usually wins, because once you reach it, your contact with the ball will move it to the side or push it a little forward. This can really mess up the other player's timing. Like I mentioned before, you need time to jump and you need good timing on your flip. If your opponent reaches the ball first, they'll push the ball closer to you. So when you jump at your normal time, you'll be hitting below the center of the ball where your opponent can force it over you. Earlier I mentioned to flip as you touch the ball. Well, when your opponent pushes the ball to you, you'll need to flip a little bit earlier to compensate for the ball moving, otherwise your flip will be too late. The faster you get to the ball, the less of a problem these issues will be. And if you can reach it first instead, you can use these factors against your opponent. I do want to mention that you don't always have to be the fastest to win. In this clip, I use a simple front flip and reach the ball last, but I still win. I just waited for him to hit the ball into me and used the rebound. However, this is not easy as it looks. I timed my jump and flip perfectly. Predicting the path of the ball is not simple and doesn't work every time. This worked because my opponent pushed the ball straight to me as planned. If he decided to pull it to his side instead, or if he went straight for goal, I would have lost. You can use this tactic now and then, but it's important to work on your speed. You don't have to be the fastest, but try to be quick enough so your opponent doesn't gain a big advantage. The quicker you are, the less adjustments you'll need. The 3rd factor is the flip itself. If you're both reaching the ball around the same time, but you're still losing your kickoff, then it's to do with which way you're flipping and where you're making that first contact with the ball. If you both flip the same way, the person making contact at the center will win. If you're flipping in opposite directions, then the person who's making contact further out from the center will win. Let me repeat that since it's important. If you're flipping the same way, try to hit the ball from the center. If you're flipping in opposite directions, try to make contact a little away from the center. Keep in mind not to hit the very edges of the ball. If you pay attention to his path to the ball, you might be able to read his movements. For example, if he's a little right of the ball, the chances are he'll be flipping to your left in order to flip into the ball. So you can try to adapt by also flipping to the left from the center. It's almost impossible to predict what kind of kickoff your opponent is going for and which way he'll flip. This is why people refer to kickoffs like a game of rock, paper, scissors. You won't win every single one and you shouldn't be trying to. Instead, your focus should be going for safer kickoffs so your opponent doesn't get easy goals. One other tip I can give you is to plan out your kickoffs before going for them. Think about where you want to make contact and which way you're going to flip. Also, try to mix them up. If something isn't working, change it. There are so many things you could adjust, so don't stop experimenting. I hope this video has helped you gain some insight on how to fix your kickoffs. If you need further help improving your technique, our Discord link is in the description. Remember to hit that like button before you go, and I'll see you in the next video.